Hey everyone, it's Jessie checking in from Bellevarde. It's Monday morning here in resort, and there's a calm, slightly muted feel around the village as the day gets going. Yesterday felt fairly settled, and this morning has that quiet, in-between vibe before things properly wake up on the slopes. Overnight here in town, it stayed completely dry and very cold. Temperatures steadily dropped through the evening from around -6 degrees Celsius early on to a low of about -10.5 degrees Celsius by early morning. Winds were generally light all night, with just the occasional brief gust, so it felt crisp rather than biting. Overall, it was a clear, calm, frosty night, with the cold really settling in by dawn. Around town today, we're starting the morning with some clearer spells after a few overnight clouds, and it feels fairly bright early on. By the way, what you see in the sky here is the moon very early this morning, not the sun. Through the afternoon, cloud builds again, but it still counts as a decent sunny sort of day overall. Temperatures are topping out at around 1 degree Celsius, so it stays cold but manageable. Winds are light this morning, picking up a little later, with an easterly breeze and some stronger gusts possible by the afternoon. Up on Bellevarde, it's noticeably colder, with temperatures only reaching around -5 degrees Celsius at the top. Visibility is generally good, especially earlier in the day, but it does feel more exposed up there. Winds are a bit stronger than in town, coming mainly from the southwest, and gusts can be quite punchy at times, so it will feel sharper and more wintry on the ridges. In town tonight, the Black Sheep is hosting DJ Car Thief Disco from 8 o'clock, with an Eat More disco theme and a mix of rare groove, house classics, and plenty of disco to keep things lively. Other than that, it's a relatively quiet one for events, with most of the buzz now turning towards the Six Nations. Things really kick off on Thursday with France versus Ireland, and you can already feel people gearing up for that. Now, for a really important part of today's update, the avalanche outlook. This is a translated summary of the official Bulletin d'estimation du risque d'avalanche issued by Météo France, and it applies outside marked and open pistes. You must check the full official report using the link in the description before heading out. For today, the overall avalanche risk is marked above 1,800 metres and limited below that. The main concern is the formation of new wind slabs during the day as the foehn wind strengthens. These slabs are becoming more reactive as the hours go on and can be found not just near ridgelines, but also lower down at the base of slopes. There is also a persistent weak layer buried in the snowpack that has been there for several weeks now. This layer is widespread above 1,800 metres, particularly on north, east and west facing slopes, and also on south facing slopes at higher altitude. If this deeper weak layer is triggered, it can lead to large avalanches involving the whole snowpack, sometimes with fracture depths of 1 to 2 metres. Triggering can be difficult and unpredictable, but it is still possible, including remotely. Spontaneous avalanches are expected to remain fairly rare, but as the wind increases later in the day, some small linear releases are possible, and there is a low but serious chance that a medium slide could step down into deeper weak layers and become much larger. Snow cover is generally good for the season. Cold, shaded slopes still hold snow down to relatively low altitudes, while steeper south-facing slopes below around 2,000 to 2,200 metres are less reactive because the snow there is more transformed. Snow quality will gradually become denser during the day with the wind, so the best skiing will be in areas sheltered from the foehn. Overall, this is a day for cautious decision-making, conservative route choices, and really thinking things through before heading off-piste. If you're planning to explore the mountains this season, remember, off-piste skiing is dangerous. Always take a qualified guide and never go off-piste without a transceiver, shovel and probe, and most importantly, know how to use them and practice regularly. And that's it for today. Have a great day out there, take it steady, and if you know of anything happening around resort that's worth a mention, do drop it in the comments. If you're finding our updates useful, a like and a subscribe to the Bellevarde online YouTube channel really helps to support what we do and reach more people who love the resort.
For further information, piste reports and events sponsored by Bellevarde Tourism, please go to radiovaldeserre.com, the local radio station with the most up-to-date information. Forecast information provided by meteoblue.com, infoclimat.fr and meteofrance.fr. Conditions in the Alps can change quickly, so always check before heading out. Webcam pictures courtesy of the official Val d'Isère website valdeserre.com.